Oh!
But she also knows it's never gonna happen. Aside from that, too, she thanked me because I knocked out the dude that had knocked her out in sparring. I knocked him out in my 11th fight. And then I brought up the story when I first met her, and she got defensive. And it's divided for a reason.
Rick, I got dropped. I didn't get knocked out.
Nah.
You know, from the footage that people be posting, oh, I got dropped and I was laying there. One, I probably never been hit that hard with like a bare knuckle before, and that's what happened. But as I got back up, I sparred another guy. Just because I'm a woman sparring against a man, and then it happened one time, it didn't deter me from sparring other men. That happened when I was going.
The boxing world was thrown into controversy when Rolando Romero allegedly released footage claiming to show Claressa Shields being knocked out during a sparring session with a male partner. The alleged video surfaced after Shields publicly challenged Romero, stating that she believed she could defeat him.
Coke before we fought. I don't care what you're talking about. My ass is not. Listen, I don't think there's a lot of men that can beat me.
Shit, I'm with you.
No, you're not. Because when you interference the court,
I'm with you. No, I'm talking about shit. No, I'm just saying.
What you saying?
Let me ask you a question. Is there a male champion, regardless of weight,
Yep.
that you believe you can
I beat Rolly. He's a world champion. Rolly Ramirez. Do you agree or disagree? Speaking out, never hold your peace.
I agree. I'm with you.
Do you watch boxing? Have you ever seen Rolly fight?
Rolando Romero reportedly shared sparring footage of Claressa Shields, in which she was dropped by a younger boxer. In response, Shields pushed back strongly, claiming she would defeat Romero quickly, arguing that he lacks both the punching power and the refined technical skills needed to compete with her.
Go where Rolly's at and beat that. Rolly can't box nothing like me. It don't matter about no power. You don't have no skills. So next time Rolly come in my inbox, just know, yeah, I'm really about that. And I will show up where you at and show you what's up. He like, oh, you're not better than me and I'm not better than you. I'm just telling you that all of the greats have been dropped. I got a video of all your favorite fighters getting dropped. Rolly, congratulations. You got knocked out. Shut up. Shut up. You got knocked out in a real fight. Foreign. You got knocked out for real. So hush your mouth. Shakur beat your ass. Ryan beat you up. Tiafimo beat you up. Devin Haney walk you. Everybody like, who is Rolly? The dude who Tank knocked out. And when I see Rolly, I want you to keep that same energy you have over that internet.
However, the alleged footage has led some to question Claressa Shields' bold claim that she could defeat any male athlete, raising doubts about how her skills would translate against male competition.
Is there a man out there that you could beat in a boxing match?
Absolutely.
Really?
I'm a two-time Olympic gold medalist, undisputed champion. I think people get it they always say, oh, a woman can't beat a man. I spar with men. And I drop men. I bust men nose. I beat men up all the time. You know what? Power for power isn't a question, because what is boxing? Boxing is a sweet science. It's not about strength. It's not about strength, because people were saying Christina Hammer was stronger than me. They were saying all these girls were stronger than me, but did you not see the head movement that I had during the fight? See the defense, the offense, the traps I set. If I was to get in there with a man, I would do a lot more of that. And I do have some power. I'm not going to say I'm stronger than them, but if I set up the right shot.
Claressa Shields defended herself by clarifying that she was not knocked out, but only dropped during a sparring session. She explained that such moments are a normal part of boxing training and do not accurately reflect a fighter's overall ability or performance.
With men, and one of the men dropped you, I'm like, oh, they not taking it easy on her. Like, she really in there banging with it.
Well, I love that you brought that up, right? And I'm going to speak on this briefly. Out of 19 years out of my whole boxing time, I've been dropped twice. Both in a week of each other. First week was by that guy who you talking about, who gloves was worn and he barely had no padding in them, right? And then the next week when I fought my world championship fight against Hannah Gabriels. Those are the only two times in my career where I was dropped. Ever.
So now that we speaking about that, this dude that I sparred was a nobody, right? And everybody's somebody, but he was a nobody. I already had pieced him up the week before, and I hate that people think and then so you said it correct. I got dropped.
Claressa Shields responded to criticism surrounding the leaked sparring clip by claiming that the male boxer who dropped her had removed padding from his gloves, making them closer to bare knuckle and unusually dangerous. She argued that this factor contributed to the knockdown and emphasized that the situation was unfair and not representative of normal sparring conditions or her true ability.
And I grabbed his gloves and I'm like, what the hell? It's literally nothing in them. It's like worn gloves. It's literally no padding. So now, me as a fighter who's been doing this all my life, I done sparred against the biggest and the heaviest men you can think about. I've never been dropped, wobbled, or none. So now to get dropped like that, it was like something is up, and it was something with his gloves. I don't have to lie about that.
Listen, you don't have to make no excuses. It was a man. You was
It don't matter. They become for you. No, but it don't matter though, because since the time I was 11,
Claressa Shields insisted that after being dropped, she quickly got back up and continued training. She stated that she went on to spar another male fighter for several rounds afterward, emphasizing that the knockdown was simply a moment within a routine sparring session and not reflective of her overall performance.
Highly ranked at 140 pounds, 147 pounds. And then when I got out, I sparred the first guy first who dropped me. He dropped me like in the third, fourth round. He got out, I sparred Harold 4 rounds, and then he got in with Harold.
However, critics rejected Claressa Shields' claims about altered gloves, arguing that the knockdown was more likely the result of technical flaws rather than equipment issues. They emphasized that even smaller male fighters can generate significantly greater punching power and impact compared to typical female opponents, suggesting that these physical differences played a key role in the situation.
Claims that his gloves were tempered, right? And that this nonsense, it was ridiculous, right? I was just listening to her. But the fact that the gloves didn't drop you, it's the bad technique of Claressa Shields. When she punched, she hooked with a hooker and dropped the right hand. She always overloads on punches, and she got hit by a man, a smaller man, and got dropped with big gloves. Can you imagine if that same punch would have landed with 8 or 10 ounce gloves by that same smaller man? She would have been out. As it is, she was on the ground for a few seconds, straight on her back with headgear and oversized gloves. Stop with the nonsense. You can't beat a man. So stop trying to emulate, act, and talk like a great man and just be the greatest woman of all time like you say you are, because I think you're great, and in the women's side of things, you are unbelievably.
Before her exchange with Rolando Romero, Claressa Shields had already made bold statements, calling out Keith Thurman and claiming she could defeat both Shawn Porter and Gennady Golovkin.
If I was to say, like, which is the guy I think I could beat up, I think I could beat up Keith Thurman.
Really?
I really do. I think I could beat up Keith Thurman, even though, they like, oh, he beat Shawn Porter. I think I could beat Shawn Porter too. Skill-wise and just strength-wise. I think that they may be stronger than me, but their boxing abilities isn't like mine. Triple G, he's older now, but I can give Triple G a run for his money. I give him a run for his money.
Well, you did say you want to fight Keith Thurman, and who was the other person? I forgot.
Recently?
Not recently, but
no.
over the
So
years.
look, they asked me questions and I answered them. The question a long time ago was, who is a male fighter I think I could beat in a boxing match? Mm-hmm. I said Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman. Why? I like their boxing skills. They both big, strong men. I respect both of them. But when I look at how they box and how I'm boxing, I'm like, man, if I can shake and bake and go to the body and do my little stuff, I feel like I'm better skilled than them. Am I stronger than them? No. But, have I really ever been stronger than a lot of people?
Claressa Shields has consistently reinforced her confidence in her abilities, maintaining her stance even when critics argue that her claims may be overly ambitious.
Guys are so intimidated that I'm just so strong and so confident and so great at what I do. They're intimidated that they think, like, dang, if I was to fight her, she could probably beat me up. That's intimidating for a man. I don't go around like, oh, I beat up these men. What's up with you, Charlamagne? You want to fight? You want to fight DJ Envy? What's up?
Don't want to fight.
In interviews, Claressa Shields suggested that some male fighters might feel challenged by her strength and defensive skills. She also encouraged critics to reconsider their assumptions about her toughness and overall ability as a fighter.
Thing when it comes to a fight, strength is not my thing. It's about skill, precision, and I know how to win. But I got some power too. But no, I'm not trying to knock everybody out. Like I'm a box them, you know what I'm saying, and move around and move my head. Like I'm pretty skilled in all the departments. That's why they call me the female TBE.
Y'all better leave.
Many boxing fans have responded skeptically to the outspoken claims made by Claressa Shields that she could defeat Rolando Romero. Critics on social media have suggested that she should reconsider such statements, arguing that if a fight were to happen, Romero's punching power and experience at welterweight would likely give him a significant advantage.
It's not going to happen. Claressa, you're not going to win. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. You can be the best female boxer. You can have all the moves in the world. You don't possess the power a man has. If Keith hits her one good time, her emotions are going to take over. She's not going to be boxing anymore. She's going to be swinging all wild because she's upset. I wish some women would help her and explain to her, look, it's not going to happen. Don't you know the strongest female bodybuilder is weaker than the weakest man bodybuilder? Don't hold back. It's over for her. It is over. There's no chance in the world. Claressa, time is ticking. If I were you, I would call this fight off because you are going to get steamrolled if this man don't hold back.
Rolando Romero described his early encounters with Claressa Shields as unusual and somewhat tense. He recalled that they first met around 2015 during the Olympic trials, when Shields' boyfriend gave him a ride. Romero stated that tensions arose because Shields reportedly reacted negatively to the interaction and used critical or dismissive language toward him, which he said left him confused by her behavior.
Where did this come from? Because it feels like it came out of left field. You got the women's heavyweight champion calling for you.
I met Claressa Shields October 26th of 2015. I remember I had just lost, I shut both his dude's eyes in Memphis, Tennessee, and they're doing the Olympic trials for women right there.
Yeah.
And I yelled at the ref, and they gave the decision to the dude, even though he couldn't fight the next day. Both of his eyes were it was a complete one-sided fight, to the point where he even said I won, and they didn't want to overturn the decision. He's like, well, I can't even fight the next day, and they're like, just give him the fight, and they didn't want to. I remember I wake up late, and I missed the shuttle, because I went to go to venue, and I missed the shuttle, right? And a guy comes up to me, he's like, oh, are you heading to venue? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, we got a car. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, we'll give you a ride. I'm like, okay. I get in the car. Claressa Shields goes in the car. It was her boyfriend at the time. And he's like, and she's like, why you putting these bums in the car and all that stuff and I'm just like, huh? I'm a bum. I wasn't gonna do anything. I get whatever. I felt weird. I got the car and I'm like, that was crazy. That was insane. I was like, I could not, I didn't understand.
Rolando Romero stated that he respects Claressa Shields as one of the greatest female boxers, but said he does not understand why she continues to call him out. He also pointed out that, due to the differences between their genders, a fight between them is unrealistic and would be more of a media-driven spectacle than a serious competitive matchup.
Why specifically with me? I think, of course, she is the greatest fighter of all time, the greatest female fighter of all time. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or questions about that. But I don't know why she always targets me.
Like, did anything? Did you two run into each other? Anything that all these years later, it's
those were the first two interactions. I remember the exact dates and everything because, I remember everything.
Shannon Sharp weighed in on the debate surrounding a potential matchup between Claressa Shields and male fighters. He argued that Shields has not proven she can defeat trained male opponents in sparring and emphasized that sparring is not equivalent to an actual professional fight. Sharp noted that controlled training sessions differ significantly from sanctioned bouts in terms of intensity, power, and stakes, particularly when comparing across genders. While acknowledging Shields as an elite boxer in the women's division, he maintained that physical differences in size, strength, and power make her claims unlikely to translate into a real competitive fight.
Claressa over Shannon Sharp in a boxing match. Facts. These guys are so misinformed about boxing. Like Marjorie Mayweather says, some people don't know ish about boxing. Since day one, I've been sparring with men. It's a reason I'm running through these women. Yes, you're running through women, Claressa. Claressa, you're not beating a male-trained fighter. If that was the case, you would have fought men. You're not. They're not going to sanction. We're not saying that you are a woman's fighter. You're great. You're the quote. You're the greatest woman's boxer
Of all time.
That's where all that great came from. Topics like this, say it with your chest. She ain't gonna swing.
We're conceding that. Shakur is just upset that I said I'm not paying no money to see him fight. This fight's not interested. So he mad about that. I don't even want to discuss him. But Claressa is not a...
Gervonta Davis commented on the discussion involving Claressa Shields and Rolando Romero, noting that many fans tend to underestimate Romero's punching power. He explained that, despite Romero's lighter frame compared to larger fighters, he still possesses significant knockout power and can deliver precise, fight-ending punches. Davis added that people often focus too much on size and overlook the importance of technique and raw power, both of which he believes Romero has in abundance.
Like, he actually can hit, like, when his punches was like hard.
You felt it?
Yes.
Was he the strongest punch you think you ever felt?
Facts.
Gervonta Davis emphasized that judging Rolando Romero based on weight alone is a mistake, noting that his speed and timing significantly enhance the impact of his punches. Davis suggested that these attributes make Romero a dangerous opponent, capable of delivering decisive knockouts. He added that while Claressa Shields is an elite fighter in women's boxing, facing someone like Romero would present serious challenges due to his natural power and ability to finish fights effectively.
For the sake of rolling, he pulled it off, but it's gonna be a good fight.
No,
you think?
Huh? Someone's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody get knocked out.
Was it Ryan or was it Rolly? Because they both.
I ain't gonna lie, Rolly hit hard. People be sleeping on Rolly because he been obviously. I don't know how to say it. Obviously. But yeah, if he don't got no chin now, so Rolly be getting caught. But Rolly can hit, bro. Like, he can hit. And he's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks were going good.
I fundamentally agree with you that Claressa cannot beat Rolly. I mean, Rolly, for all his wackiness, can punch. Like, and even though he is several weight classes lighter than Claressa Shields, you get hit by Rolly, it's different. It's a lot different than getting hit by Lonnie Daniels and Franchon Cruz-Dezurn and all the women that she has fought over the last couple of years. Even if just body shots that someone like Rolly is throwing, it would be it would end badly for Claressa. But you said something to the effect of any man who's a boxer would beat Claressa. Like, you go down the list, like some of those guys that we've seen, Sergio.
At 175? Yes. At 175. I say it again. The 200th ranked boxer at 175 will be Claressa Shields because there's the size difference. There's strength. There's resistance. Claressa could hit a 175-pound fighter dead in the chin. That he's going to laugh. He's going to smile and be like, that's it. But the same can be in return. It's two different sports. Women.
Many fans and commentators have compared Claressa Shields to figures like Ronda Rousey, particularly when Shields makes bold claims about her ability to compete beyond women's boxing. After she suggested she could defeat top male fighters, critics responded by arguing that biological differences in strength, speed, and overall physiology make such outcomes highly unlikely. Former athletes and analysts have suggested that even highly accomplished female fighters would face significant disadvantages against elite male opponents due to these physical factors. Shields has pushed back against this skepticism, maintaining confidence in her skills and her willingness to challenge conventional limits. The discussion highlights ongoing debates about gender, athletic performance, and the possibility of cross-gender competition in combat sports.
Has rocked men in the gym, but my daughter has been rocked by men. in the gym. And I want to get this across to Claressa Shields, to every woman out there. It is very difficult for a man who respects women and respects himself and carries himself as a man to defend himself and get his point across at 10% while a woman's going 100. Especially a woman who's skilled, because we're not trying to a woman's ass and put her to sleep, but we're also not trying to get rocked by a woman. So when dude caught her with a left, he probably put 30% on her. When my daughter got rocked, my man was literally looking around like, do y'all want me to punch her or not? But they're like, she gotta get her work. Dude cleared the space, bam, hit my daughter in her head. She said she never felt nothing like that before. Whoop, whoop. And he barely put.
Analysts have pointed out that the male fighter who reportedly knocked down Claressa Shields is relatively small in size and limited in professional experience, with a record of only 61 fights. They argue that he is not at the level of a highly accomplished boxer like Shields, a two-time Olympic gold medalist and multi-division world champion. While the knockdown is noted, analysts say it does not reflect the level of threat that a top-tier fighter like Rolando Romero would present, whose power, skill, and experience would make any matchup significantly more dangerous and consequential.
Like, I was there in Rio when she won the gold medal. I did the interview where she said, I'm the greatest woman of all time. I was right there in that gym.
Because there's separation in strength, in size, in resistance, and being able to take a punch and rehydrating. It's two separate fields. So you can't move the field goal because you're the greatest at what you do as a woman. You have XX chromosomes. You can't come to this side with XY. XY is stronger than you. They're stronger, they're bigger, they're faster. You might be more polished. You might have more accolades. You might have the aura of this unstoppable, immovable object as a woman, but not as a man. You will get beat by Rolly Romero, and you will get hospitalized by a guy like Gennady Golovkin, which you called out one time. I can come out of retirement right now at 40, in my mid-40s, and beat a Claressa Shields. You cannot do that, Chris Mannix. You cannot disrespect women's greatness and men's greatness, or not even greatness.
Claressa Shields is widely regarded as one of the greatest female boxers of her generation, having achieved undisputed championships across multiple weight classes along with Olympic gold medals and numerous world titles, solidifying her legacy in the sport. However, some fans believe she may have been overly confident when she suggested she could defeat a male world champion like Rolando Romero in a hypothetical matchup. Many experts consider such a scenario highly unlikely due to the physical and competitive differences between male and female divisions. Critics argue that while Shields' self-belief reflects her competitive mindset, expecting to defeat a seasoned male champion in a sanctioned fight moves beyond confidence into unrealistic expectations.
Woman that could beat a professional boxer. Same way when it comes to MMA. There's no MMA woman, I don't care how great you think she is. She can't beat the F fighter in the MMA fight. A man power and a woman power is totally different, bro. There's no way around it. I'm not mad at Claressa for boasting it. She knows how to sell a fight. Like, Claressa and any male shouldn't even be brought up in the same goddamn sentence.
Oh, man,
she's great. Listen, Claressa, you are a great woman fighter. Nobody's gonna beat you. We all understand that. Hey, boast yourself up, but listen, actual fighting a male in the boxing ring, that ain't gonna happen, baby. Your ass is gonna get flatlined real quick. I don't care if you're 30 pounds heavier than the dude. Yeah. I don't care if you're 40 pounds heavier than the guy. You're getting your ass flatlined by the.
Do you think Claressa Shields is justified in her confidence, or should she focus on opponents within her own division? Share your opinion in the comments.